Alright, hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast, where today we are talking about Chainsaw Man Episode 5. I am Nick, and with me are Alex and Josh.
Hello.
Hello there.
And we are talking about our 5th episode of Chainsaw Man. Last time it ended on a cliffhanger of Denji being very close to touching boobs for the first time. This doesn't work out the way he wants it. So what did you got?
In more ways than one.
So obviously Josh and I have watched this before. Alex, what did you expect going into this scene?
I don't know if I expected anything.
You had to expect something.
I mean, honestly, I wish I had written down my expectation beforehand, because that would have been hilarious.
Yep.
We need to think of moments when I need to write down my expectations beforehand.
That's
fair. Because
every moment.
I honestly don't know what I was expecting, because this is pretty close to what I kind of expected, I think. Like, I thought it was going to happen, or it was going to be a trick. I would think I was like 60-40.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought it was going to be disappointing, or I think I leaned mostly towards it being disappointing, or it was going to go way further than I expected. And I think I was like 80-20 on that.
Yeah. I mean, you were pretty
Next
accurate.
time we should write down my expectations.
We'll just have you make a prediction at the end of every episode.
Prediction. There you go.
All right. So yeah, we get Denji getting his first squeeze of boobs, and he gets 3 squeezes. That first one, he squeezes, and the padding from her bra falls out, revealing that she in fact stuffs, and she is much smaller than he was initially led to believe.
But they are a wonderful device.
She has literally
her words.
she has no shame about this whatsoever. Yep. This is a proud moment for her. She's like, of course.
Yeah.
Which, fair enough. But at the same time, I see it from both sides.
I imagine for her, it's the same concept as wearing armor for her. Like, oh yeah, of course I'm going to wear something that's going to like enhance me. Like,
I don't see her really using her girlish wiles very often, so
I mean, they work on Denji, so
yeah,
this
kind
might
of
be the first. Like, considering that she might have been occupying this body for maybe, what did we decide? Like maybe 2 months.
Yeah, like 2 months at the most, I think.
I doubt that this has been an avenue of attack very often.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. So then after that, he's got 2 more squeezes. He's not going to give those up. So he gets 2 more squeezes in, and like she's kind of playing it up. I like that she's like playing it up like this is a good experience for both of them.
Absolutely.
And then she's like, when he gets done with the first squeeze, he's like, all right, throws her arm around him, like giving him one of those, like, see, buddy, wasn't this a good time?
Like, just good old.
Just like the most bro-y moment from her. Like, yeah, we're bros. You had a great experience, right? Huh? All right, let's go.
And I'm going to give you a bunch of logic as to why I'm going to continue to stick around.
Yep.
Oh, God.
So I also love that after this experience, Denji is just straight up like a zombie for the entire morning.
Yeah.
Like,
was it because of pleasure? Was it because of disappointment?
It was 100%. It was 100% disappointment. The look on that man's face was not a happy look. This is the look of a man who's accomplished all his goals in life and realized none of them actually mattered to him.
I have nothing left.
He also pretty much groped what is essentially a sister figure to him, or will be.
Yes, but we're too early in this for him to know that.
Oh,
I think
it's got vibes to it for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, like in the morning, the whole like stealing his breakfast thing, like it's clear on her side. It's like here's the thing. I don't think it's sister vibes. I think she's his little brother. Like, that's my...
What?
Like, because she doesn't have, like, she's so far removed from, like, normal. I think she's, like, in the whole, like, see, bro, we got this stuff going on. Like, I think it's supposed to be, like, familial, but I think she leans hard on, like, filial instead of sisterly.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I don't like it,
I'm just saying.
but I see it.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
said you had to like it.
No, you don't have to like it.
You just have to accept it.
Yep. I also love that as they're walking to work, like, you know, she's like, yeah, hey, so we're gonna like go do some stuff. Like, which devils are we killing? Hey, you need to pay attention to me, karate chop.
You will answer no.
Yep.
No.
And then we get
That had little sister vibes to me.
yeah, I think it floats around a little. Like,
Yeah, she's the best sister brother he could ever ask.
yeah, she's like 5-year-old little sister who doesn't who like still plays in the
more we
mud.
analyze this, the weirder it's getting.
Well, it's
Hey,
Chainsaw
just
Man.
because-
It's gonna be weird.
Just because she's a sister brother cousin.
Mhm.
I quit the podcast.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then we get to Denji learning how to fill out paperwork.
Oh God.
Because he's a government worker. This is
Yep.
great.
Yep, he has to fill out all this paperwork, and like he's just a zombie filling it out too. Like,
Literally feel his pain.
yep.
All the paperwork we had to fill out. Oh God.
And then we get like genuinely, I consider this scene to be like a huge scene for Denji because it's like it shows so much growth that is almost immediate. Like by the end of the episode, it's stepped back almost
It's
entirely, but like it shows he's capable of growth. Where like
he's got to be given incentive that is great, and he's got to be reminded of it. Otherwise, the man has ADHD.
Is that what the show's about? Just controlling your ADHD?
yes,
I mean, it's not about that.
it's controlling
Not
your ADHD.
that.
It's controlling your ADHD. It's controlling your boner. It's controlling everything.
I'm so glad we haven't gotten boner cam from the fucking production team yet.
Oh,
Pretty
just
glad for that.
Wait, are we supposed to
Just
have a
wait.
boner cam set up?
I mean,
Oh
like,
God.
I'm expecting them to be like, haha, he's getting a boner as like a joke or a punchline here
Mhm.
shortly.
Oh, you mean for the show and not us?
Yeah, no. If you want to see that, check out the past streams, especially the Glizzy stream. Josh
Yeah.
had wiener cam, and you'll find out what that means on there.
Yeah,
I also deep throated a hot dog and spit it back up.
yeah. You made a lot of
More
bad
than
decisions.
once.
But yeah, so we get this whole scene where Denji realizes like, hey, so like I got to touch boobs for the first time. I thought this was going to be an earth-shattering experience, and it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be at all. I'm like, what if that's how every goal in life is? What if every goal, when you achieve it, you realize it doesn't really matter to you actually, and life is just full of meaningless accomplishments that only lead into us further trying to accomplish things that ultimately mean nothing.
That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what goals are.
Like, I love that Denji has like somehow skipped from being like a 16-year-old boy to being a man in his mid 40s who has like been divorced and like has a
Bro's
bad
going through a-
relationship.
I mean, like,
thinks
if you
he's-
think about it, he could be dying in the next few years,
Mhm.
so he could technically be having an appropriately placed midlife crisis.
True.
I mean, technically, he doesn't even know how old he technically is.
That's true.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, he literally, like, I
He
was gonna
could just be at
highlight
the end
that
of his
because he
life.
actually says, "Am I just going to realize that I was happier chasing the thing than I am actually having it?" I'm like, bro, welcome to fucking life.
Yep.
You're being tortured.
You're welcome to hell. That was good. That line, I was just watching it going like, oh, okay. Feel for Denji all of a sudden.
Yeah, so then we get what I'm sure Alex enjoyed, which is Makima doing the most weirdly erotic shit with Denji's hand imaginable.
I was in it. I was completely in it. It got real borderline at the biting. I'll just be honest. Like at that point, like now, where do I go from here?
I don't think she bit hard. I think it was like one of those like a light bite.
No.
It's the sensual bite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
How else will Denji, if he goes blind, recognize her?
Yeah.
I know, right? But yes, I was into this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it ends with Denji getting to feel her boob. And
no,
that
I did not expect that.
That was the reaction that was the moment where he realized so the entire conversation with them is about like basically, hey, so you can have all these moments of intimacy with other people, but if you don't like know them or care about them, they're not really going to matter. Like honestly, a really mature conversation for him to have.
Yeah.
And
he just doesn't care about his brother, sister, cousin.
Yep. But it's followed up by like all these like Makima like teasing with his hand and like playing around with it, and like him getting progressively like more and more clearly like turned on by it because like he really likes her. And when she like finally moves his hand to her boob, he like freaks the fuck out. Like this is too much for him to handle at that point.
Damn near has a heart attack.
Yeah, falls over.
Does I will never watch this hand again.
Yep. At this point, Makima brings up the gun devil, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and she brings up that the gun devil is this like super powerful devil because of problems that it caused in the past.
Specifically America.
Mm-hmm. Because of like an attack that it caused. Yes. Guns in America. Shocker. But yeah, because of because of the attack that it did, not only did it like raise the fear of guns, it also raised the fear of devils in general, which made every devil stronger because devils get strength from fear, and it causing a general increase in the fear of devils ultimately made like even weak devils stronger than they would have been. And Makima wants to kill him.
Much less adorable at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe.
But yeah, then Makima was like, hey, so this thing happened. We have all these little chunks of its flesh, which are just bullets. I love that. I love that it's just a bunch of bullets. She's like, yeah, so we got all these. We're going to keep collecting them because then it'll eventually pull towards the main body. We don't have enough yet, but if we get enough, it'll pull towards the main body. And then I want you to kill it.
Sure. Right.
Then we get a really, really, really depressing backstory.
Oh, dude, I loved this. Alex, did you expect we were going to get Aki's backstory this episode?
No, I don't. I don't think I would have called that.
Yeah.
Though I think that it's appropriate because, and it should have been either this episode or the next one because we're making him a bigger part of the cast. So I think this was appropriate.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think like obviously Aki's one of the main cast. I'd make the argument after Denji when it comes to like the actual action of the show, he's like really high up there. The argument can be also made for power at this point, but like those three are like the ones that have the most actual action in the show.
Yeah, they're being set up as the main three.
Mm-hmm. With obviously Makima being boss lady,
big boss.
And we get a potential fourth in this episode as well.
Oh yeah, Jimena, I believe is her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Jimena a lot. When we get a little more with her later in the episode, like she's a fun character that adds like a really interesting dynamic, and like it's cool to see the dynamic she has with Denji versus the dynamic she has with Aki. So
they're definitely different.
Mm-hmm. So we get Aki's backstory where he and his family were living in America, right?
Must have been.
And they were living like kind of in the countryside. He had parents and a brother. He went to like go play with his brother. He didn't because he was bored. They had a snowball fight. His brother's hands were starting to hurt, and he's like, if you get sick, the parents are gonna blame me. So go get our baseball gloves. We'll play catch instead. So Aki's standing like outside. His brother goes back inside to like get their baseball gloves, and then the Gun Devil's like terrorist attack happens in the distance, and it's powerful enough that it causes the fucking house to just be knocked away.
So what you're saying is the story to take away is Aki killed his brother.
I mean, that's
how he's gonna feel.
Yeah. He has a lot of resentment towards the Gun Devil and towards himself, clearly.
It looked like something straight out of the nuclear test footage.
Yeah. I think that's what it's supposed to.
Just gets erased.
Yep. Like, I think that's like very intentional too, especially like with Japan's relationship with like nuclear weapons. I think it's very intentionally supposed to draw that comparison between the two.
Instead of us just having a nuke devil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Until the next season.
So yeah.
Well,
then we get the Aki, who is out on a mission, has found a piece of the Gun Devil flesh, and that he is. They use that as the episode goes on to try to track down. There's another devil in a hotel that has Gun Devil flesh.
Oh yeah, because he finds it in like the tuna devil.
Yeah, which is super weak devil, but I love like all the throwaway devils they have too. Like the tomato devil, I still love that from episode 1. The sea cucumber devil that Power just destroys with their fucking hammer in one swing. Like, I fucking love these just toss away ones.
They're good.
Mm-hmm. I love we get another throwaway one in this episode too that I fucking love the design for.
I wonder what its name was.
I want to know that too. But so we get the team going inside, and it's inside of this hotel. It's Denji, Power, Aki, Jimena, and then I'm trying to remember the other two's names because there are like we've seen them.
Kobeni and Hirokazu.
Okay. One of them is like kind of a by the books dude, and the other
would be Hirokazu.
Yeah.
With way too much spunk.
And then the other one is a super timid girl. And
but apparently has the chops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of what I like, is we get like a little rundown from Jimena, because like you're led to believe in this scene that while Aki's been like bringing up Denji and Power, she's been bringing up these two.
Yeah.
So like she knows what they're capable of, just like Aki knows what Denji and Power are capable of, which is kind of
but
fun.
they also like talk to each other and understand from past experience that they're kind of breeding them for the slaughter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we get a lot of that. We get a lot of that as the episode goes on, because that's part of Jimena's backstory. But when they're walking,
when you were watching this for the first time, were you expecting Jimena to be the senior, or were you expecting Aki to be the senior?
Okay.
I'll be honest, I expected Aki to be the senior, just because he just handles himself like, I don't give a shit. I've been here long enough.
Yeah, I think.
And she's got no. She seems to be a little bit like carefree, which is a clear an act.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I didn't expect her to be the senior of the two.
See, I think I thought they would have joined around the same time when, like, she's initially introduced, because she's introduced before this. I think she was introduced last episode, right? Or maybe even the episode before.
Even 2 episodes ago.
Yeah. But, like, I think I would have gotten the idea that they joined around the same time. So, like, she has been around hypothetically considerably longer than Aki has.
I would argue that I didn't expect her to be even in as long as Aki, because she was introduced as part of that group, and she didn't seem to, in my opinion, pull any seniority.
See, I think
that's what she wants you to think.
I think it just
fair enough.
I think I just kind of, the way I read into it with, like, having watched other animes, it's just like two people that have, like, a camaraderie who have different personality types. Like, I expected them to be around the same amount of time.
Clearly his senior. I mean, very much so.
Oh yeah, easily. We find out that he was her 6th partner, I think.
Yes.
So 5 other partners had died before he managed to live.
And several injuries and a sacrifice.
Which, so, I love that. A lot
of shit's happened in her life before Aki even existed.
Yep. So we are hitting on, there's one other thing I want to bring up about when they're walking up to the building is the piece of gun devil flesh is, like, kind of pulling towards the hotel, but it's not pulling strong. And they make a point of, like, if the main body was in there, it would have just, like, flown off to go reattach itself.
Because it's attracted to the portions of the flesh evenly. So if there's a large concentration of it, it will be more attracted.
Which we've had an example of this already. Denji's arm. Because Denji's arm reattaches itself. Remember, they bring up that Denji's arm reattaches itself when he's
I think I'm not really willing to let that one word. I don't know. Like,
I mean, it does have chainsaw blades in his arm.
Mm-hmm.
What if it gets obliterated?
Then he just needs to regrow it. Well, he just has to suck on some blood.
Yeah.
Then what was the point of reattaching?
It's easier.
Yeah, it's just straight up like, would you rather grow a new arm, which is going to take a lot?
None of this has been explicitly, or I think even implicitly.
Use your imagination.
I am withholding judgment. Y'all
quit using logic in this.
Theory time.
Anyway.
It's a freaking anime about devils. Quit using logic.
We also get Denji's motivation.
Stupid.
No, Denji's motivation is stupid. Because he's had this whole revelation of, like,
Absolutely.
I've grown as a man. I understand that having a personal connection is important, and, like, I shouldn't just want physical gratification. I need something more than that. And Jimena's like, hey, I'll kiss you if you go inside. And he's like, like,
no,
I'm over.
I'm over it. I know what I want. I'm a beyond this, you Jezebel. He didn't say that, but I like it. And then she's like, all right, but what if I slip your tongue? And he's like, oh shit, is that on the table? All right, cool, I'm down.
He's like, morals out.
Yep. Just immediately like, oh well. I mean, yeah, I can forget what I was talking about.
Lesson learned? Nah.
Yeah. No, I'll circle around to that after this experience. I need more experiences with people I don't know to see if maybe I was just wrong.
You idiot.
Idiot.
I love Denji so much. He's so dumb in like the best way possible.
He's so dumb.
Yeah.
And apparently, he plus power are enough to break Aki's cool on a regular basis.
I
Apparently
mean,
they pranked him.
I'm gonna be honest. If you had to live with those two, do you think you'd be able to handle it?
Bro, I don't even have Aki's exterior here.
I lived with someone that, like, hygiene-wise, was similar to Power.
Oh,
I
that's
could not
unfortunate.
handle it.
Oh, we were throwing hands.
That's rough. That's brutal.
Not okay.
You know it. You've seen it.
Yes, and it's unacceptable.
What? One of the reasons why I moved.
So when they go inside of the hotel after Denji finding out that he gets to get some tongue with his kiss, Denji makes the best face where he's just like, He's just so excited.
And he just can't hide it.
He's walking around with his axe like this is the best day ever.
Wait,
God.
what the shit is he gonna do with that axe?
Chop heads.
I mean, he doesn't
Just like
get
he
to
did with the zombie or
that
one fiend.
I think it was the beetle one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the beetle fiend.
Just head off.
Also, I wrote down power yearns for blood.
She earns.
Again, those two together, they should never be allowed to be in the same room because Denji's too stupid and she's too stupid, and Denji's too motivated.
They're not stupid in the same way.
Yeah, Denji's too motivated by his dick, and she's too motivated by her bloodlust, and it's just not a good mix.
It's the perfect mixture.
It's an amazing mixture. It's great for entertainment.
I mean, there's a feedback loop in the making right there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So we also get a bit of a flashback, which we've talked a little bit about, to Jimena's
It's
fifth.
Himeno.
Oh, Himeno. Sorry, Himeno's fourth. Her fifth partner's funeral, basically. That she's at his grave, and a character who
she calls him useless by the end of the scene.
Well, yeah, it's because he died.
Of course they are.
Yeah,
pretty great.
She has more personal demons that she doesn't show off very often. Like, this is her like without the mask on in this scene, where we get to see kind of like who she is when she's not putting on the brave face.
Right.
Which I like. I like that in this flashback we get her like really vulnerable the first time she meets Aki.
You're not going to be useless, are you?
Don't you die on me.
Yep. Don't you die on me, you asshole. You haven't even gotten your top knot yet.
Don't be useless.
Yep. So we also get this devil, which I want to know what his name is too. He's just
Eternity.
I don't think that's the.
I think it's the same one as.
Is it?
No.
I didn't think it was. Is it really? It's been a while since I've watched it, but yeah, it's a head with hands, walking around on.
It's 1 foot and 1 hand.
Okay, yeah.
It's even weirder than you think.
Yeah. You know what, Josh? Now that I'm thinking, you might be right. Yeah, but yeah, He jumps to attack, and Power just instantly cuts him in half. Like, all right, fuck you.
He's caught by Ghost Hand, though.
Yep, caught by Ghost Hand first. Power doesn't realize that. She thinks that he froze in his tracks when he saw her out of fear.
Of course she thinks that.
Yep. And then Himeno reveals, no, actually, like, just like how Aki has made a deal with, what was it, the
Wolf.
Yeah, the wolf. She made a deal with the Ghost Devil.
Oh, Fox Devil, he's right.
Yeah. She made a deal with the Ghost Devil, and her deal was she sacrificed her eye, which is why she wears an eye patch. And
so do you think it's just like a hole there now, or?
Yeah. No, it's just a blank patch. There's nothing there. Just smooth skin.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, now she gets to control one of the
That'd be more sterile.
I feel like it would be nightmarish in person, but in anime it's fine.
I mean, an empty eye socket in person is pretty fucking disturbing.
I mean, I've seen
I've
those
seen
before.
I got a friend that does that. He'll just like pop it out.
Oh.
But yeah,
Weird.
she now controls one of the Ghost Devil's hands, which is cool because we had a scene where Power's like, well, what if I fuck up this timid girl? And she's like, oh, don't, and just slam chokeholds her.
So there seems to be a difference between the two contracts, though, because every usage of the fox requires a flesh sacrifice, whereas the ghost hand can be used at will because the sacrifice has already been made.
Yeah. I mean, you have to remember though.
I don't know which I prefer, but I think I know which one I prefer.
The ghost hand's also
flesh one.
The ghost hand is like a fairly small part of the ghost devil, though. Like it's we see it from like Himeno's perspective, where it's like a hand and an arm that are normal-ish sized. The fox devil's head is huge.
Yeah, but she also states that she's got a few tricks, so I imagine this is far from the extent of her capabilities.
Oh yeah.
Though I don't know, having
could be just a
floating hand is not a bad skill.
Could also be, just the fact that I sacrificed a small portion to use your small portion.
But I mean, it was set up with Aki's to be like a use by use sacrifice.
It can also be purely based on the devil itself.
Sure, and whatever contract you agree to, that's true, I suppose.
So yeah, then we get the team is trying to go upstairs, and when they go up the stairs, they see the same stain of blood from the devil they just killed again.
I've been in this D&D situation.
Yep. And so the dude, whose name I will never remember, runs back down the stairs to try to go check, runs past Power. Power comes up the stairs, and then he starts coming down the stairs to the floor they're on, and sees Power like finished coming up the stairs.
And everybody realizes how fucked they are.
Yep.
That's when you have to break through it.
Yep. You just gotta start. Just set the fucking hotel on fire. That's the way. Right. Yep. Just set it on fire. Eventually, you'll get out.
Well, apparently we're dealing with dimensional pockets a lot this week, so whatever.
The eternity depth.
Also, I wrote down this ending also slaps, because now we get another new ending sequence.
Basically, all paradoxes.
Yep. Like, I am again. The opening theme is like impressive, and I like the images that go with it. Like the closing for this, such a good. Like it's such a strong one, Like the fact that they get to play around with that a little more is so cool.
I think what I like most about the ending credits is they use it as a bit of storytelling,
Mhm.
and I think that's quite clever.
Oh yeah, makes it a little bit more, gives it more weight to actually sitting through the ending.
Yeah, it
Absolutely.
pretty much it's literally setting up the next episode.
Mhm.
Because there's so many elements of just like the horse running in a complete circle, never
Man,
ending.
Yep.
Just like them never ending staircase.
that skeleton horse was neat as fuck looking.
Dude, you're gonna get so many cool image. Like, I think that I still prefer Kaiju number 8's like monster design, but this show has some really, really cool designs too.
Oh, don't be talking about my Kaiju number 8 over here. Now I'm getting possessive.
Again, I still said it has the better designs. I just think this one's like a solid choice if you can't get more right now.
Just
need
you
more.
wait.
Mhm.
Need more.
But yeah, with that, we will end this episode. Tune in next time where we find out what's going on with this fucked up hotel. Alex, what do you think is going to happen next episode?
I'm wondering if we're gonna get the group like doing what a D&D party would do and just like standing there arguing for a good like section of the episode and then trying different shit. I have no idea what kind of devil we're gonna come across though, because apparently there's still a devil with gun devil flesh. Or I guess we don't even know if there is a devil. We know that there's gunmetal flesh somewhere around here.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking this is gonna be basically like a D&D episode. We'll get a boss battle at the end.
I mean, it is
Whereas
anime.
This one ended in a cliffhanger of a situation. I think they're gonna get out of we're gonna have a D&D session of, oh shit, you're in a closed loop. Figure out how to get out. They figure out they get the MacGuffin, and then there's a boss battle, or at least the beginning of a boss battle. Depends on how much character development we want to do.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we do have 3 characters who are only now starting to get character development, so.
And they all got names.
Yep.
Pretty
And
exciting. Big week.
And one of them has substantial character design.
Yes.
The other 2,
even a backstory.
Yes. Nothing could ever possibly happen to her now that we have this tragic backstory about how she loses all of her partners.
No.
Don't you take Aki from me.
Aki dies in the next episode. Just wait. Fucking Fox Devil.
I mean, they just pull that trigger. I mean, if they have the balls to do something like that, I'll be like, okay, I yield. Show you've done it.
Mm-hmm. All right, tune in next time.
Next time.